Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer Man's Noble Beer Reviews. Today I have another beer from Brewery Bhavana out of Raleigh, North Carolina. This beer is called Piglette. And it is a tart and funky grisette. That's what the description says. It says, sour, bright, and downright easy. Grisettes are the traditional Belgian-style table beer. Easy to drink, but chock full of flavor. This one hits all the high notes, balancing a little tartness and subtle funk with a general complexity of our house saison yeast. So, that's not to say that this one isn't going to be tart and funky, but I don't think that grisettes traditionally were necessarily that tart and funky. But or at least from my understanding, they were just like small saisons, and if they were funky, it wasn't intentional. It was just because there wasn't really much control over the spread of wild yeast and everything like that. But I hadn't even before I went to Brewery Bhavana, I hadn't even heard of this beer before. But apparently, they make it somewhat often, or it's seasonal or something, because when they do their one-offs or their special beers, they're in bottles. So this is in cans. And this is 4.2 ABV. Yeah, I did not try this while I was there. I've never had this before, so I'm pretty excited to crack it open and see what we got. And I like to see a mixed culture or wild beer in cans, because you don't see that very often. Smell it from here. So you can see, of course, a golden color with pretty much no head, but that doesn't mean it's flat. It's actually the opposite. It was very carbonated, and all the head dissipated really quickly. It doesn't stick around in these wild ales. I don't know. Oh, excuse me. Oh. I don't know the science behind that, but that's basically the case with any type of wild ale. You're not going to see like a head just sitting on top of it. Oh man, that is significantly more tart. Or not tart. I mean, tart is a taste. That's significantly more funky than I was expecting. I thought it was just going to be a little bit on that end, So it has a little bit of minerality, like that wet rock character. It is grassy. Just a very tiny hint of like vinegar. A little bit like bready and crackery too. Huh. That's really interesting. It's actually like pretty hoppy, which I did not expect. At least that's something that I'm perceiving. That I don't know if that's right, but maybe not. But it has a little bit of a lemon limey character. It does have some of that minerality and earthy, like graininess. This is definitely not a standard grisette that I've had. I mean, most grisettes are not like tart like this. They're a little bit dried out by saison yeast, but not like tart like this. This is like a wild beer. But I'm not complaining about it. That's just what I've experienced in general with this style. But I think this is absolutely fantastic. And I don't remember exactly how much this cost, but I remember like part of the reason I thought I was going to be just a pretty traditional Grisette because I thought it was pretty cheap. I think it was like $14 for a 4-pack of this. But honestly, this is better than like some wild ales that breweries wait on and sit on for a year. It's crazy. It has a pretty sharp carbonation to it. There's a little bit of carbonic acid. It definitely kicks in. But I do get some like peach and white wine notes. And, I think that's just something from the acidity and the yeast. Doesn't say anything about it being like barrel aged or wine barrel aged, which I'm 95% sure that it's not. But I do get that character. It does have a little bit of that vinous white wine character. The other thing that's kind of just crazy to me is the fact that this is only 4.2%. I generally don't like sour beers or wild ales that are like 10% because usually the booze is like really well hidden behind all of the funk and acidity that I don't like that. But this is kind of on the completely opposite end of the spectrum. It's like this has so much flavor and complexity, but it's only 4.2%. Honestly, I wish for this price tag, I would have bought a whole case of this. No joke. Actually, I would not have because of the scenario. I was kind of parked far away, and I was buying a bunch of stuff for other people, so I would have, I don't know if I could have physically carried it all. But if I was just in there and I was buying only this, so I would have just been able to buy, a case in, a little, flat, in a flat. I might have actually bought a case of this. This is absolutely delicious, and I could crush this. I mean, if there really was a session mixed culture wild ale, this is absolutely it. But that, to me, I almost feel like that's discrediting it because saying that makes it sound like, well, it has those traits, but they're very mild and there's not much to it. But that's not the case. This is pretty complex. It has a nice acidity to it, a lot of funk and earthy notes, but at the same time, it's really, really drinkable because of the low ABV and just in general the type of beer that it is. So, on my scale of buy, drink, dump, this is absolutely a buy for me. I've been blown away by all the beers I've had today. I just happened to stumble upon a good streak of some really great stuff. It's no coincidence that 2 of them were Fauna Flora and 2 of them were Brewery Bhavana because they're 2 of the best brewers in North Carolina. And to me, they're definitely top 5. Then it's hard to really decipher after that because there's those top 5 are all really, really good. So it's hard for me to put one above the other. But anyways, this is absolutely a buy for me. If I went back to Bhavana and they still had this, I probably would buy a whole case of this because I think it was only $14 for a 4-pack, which to me is just insane. $4 for this is just crazy, or $3.50, I guess. So if you see this out or you like, simple mixed culture beers that you don't want to spend a ton of you like that style, but you don't want to spend a ton of money on it. You just want something simple to drink whenever. This is absolutely a beer to go for. So definitely check it out. I think that's all I got on this one. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I look forward to doing the next one. Thanks.